Welcome to our Hong Kong brief. I'm your host, Ginny. Today, we've got some exciting updates. First off, our coral reefs on Sharp Island, a UNESCO-listed site, faced some damage during China's National Day celebrations. Tourists trampling and disturbing the reefs caused about 4 square meters of coral damage. Experts warn it might take 3 to 4 years for the reefs to recover, emphasizing the need for stricter regulations and sustainable tourism to protect this precious ecosystem. Next, Hong Kong's universities are on a roll. 6 of our institutions are now ranked among the top 200 worldwide, with the University of Hong Kong climbing to 33rd place. The Hong Kong University of Science and Technology made a big leap from 66th to 58th. These achievements highlight our city's growing reputation as a global education hub, with a focus on research, teaching quality, and attracting international students. Finally, our local cycling team is preparing for the National Games, aiming to beat their record of 23 medals since 1997. Key athletes like Cici Li Ziwing and Yang Qianyu are training hard, supported by experienced coaches. The upcoming competitions in Zhuhai and Hong Kong Velodrome will be crucial for testing their skills and building momentum for future international success. Please continue to watch for more detailed stories. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong's coral reefs, particularly those within the UNESCO-listed Geopark on Sharp Island, are suffering from recent damage caused by an influx of tourists during China's National Day holiday. Despite a recent survey indicating that only a small area of about 4 square meters showed signs of damage, environmental experts warn that the damage could have long-lasting effects, with some corals potentially taking 3 to 4 years to recover. Kelvin So, WWF Hong Kong's Oceans Conservation Manager, emphasized that the damage exposes the coral's white bones, which could lead to algae growth and hinder photosynthesis, threatening the entire ecosystem. The incident has sparked calls for the government to establish ocean protection zones and implement stricter regulations, as the area is ecologically vital, supporting diverse marine life and holding significant coral coverage. Greenpeace Hong Kong advocates for transparency and policy review, urging authorities to assess the incident's full impact and develop sustainable ecotourism strategies to prevent future harm. SCMP Opinion celebrates Hong Kong's remarkable standing in global higher education, highlighting that the city uniquely boasts 5 universities ranked among the world's top 100, with a record 6 in the top 200 according to the Times Higher Education rankings. This achievement underscores Hong Kong's ambition to become an international hub for students and talent, with all 8 public universities now featured in the rankings. The University of Hong Kong and the Chinese University of Hong Kong have improved their standings, while the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology made the most significant leap, moving from 66th to 58th place. The rankings, based on 18 comprehensive indicators such as research quality, teaching reputation, and international outlook, reflect a strengthening focus on research and academic excellence. The article underscores that these accomplishments are a testament to the city's strategic investments and policies supporting higher education, fostering a vibrant academic environment that continues to elevate Hong Kong's global reputation as a premier study destination. South China Morning Post details Hong Kong's preparations for the upcoming National Games, emphasizing the city's proud history in cycling, which has secured 23 medals since 1997. The team's star rider, Cici Li Ziwing, is poised to lead the charge, aiming for gold in the upcoming road race in Zhuhai, where her small but powerful frame is expected to excel on a flat course. Li's teammates include reigning Asian Games champion Yang Qianyu and rising star Chloe Liang Wingyi, both of whom are prepared to support Li's pursuit of gold, even if it means sacrificing personal ambitions. The men's team, led by Vincent Lau Wanyao, will also compete fiercely in a 230 km race visiting Hong Kong and Macau, with notable athletes like Mo Qingyin and Chu Sunwai ready to contend. The article highlights the strategic focus on both road and track events, with promising prospects in the velodrome, where Hong Kong hopes to match or surpass its previous medal tally, inspired by the legacy of cycling legends and driven by the team's dedication to uphold Hong Kong's proud sporting tradition. South China Morning Post paints a vivid picture of China's evolving economic landscape as it drafts its 15th five-year plan, emphasizing a decisive shift from quantity to quality in foreign investment. The narrative follows Sun Xiuguang, a seasoned broker, who encounters a new tone among local officials, stricter, more targeted, and focused on high-tech sectors like pharmaceuticals and AI. This signals a broader national strategy to foster domestic innovation and harness emerging technologies, positioning China as a future global leader in these fields. While China remains open to foreign capital, the emphasis is now on strategic, high-value projects that can develop and complete local supply chains, especially in industries where it lags behind, such as biotech and healthcare. Despite ongoing reforms and an openness to more sectors, foreign investors face a landscape of cautious optimism, with many adopting a tactical approach rather than making long-term commitments, wary of domestic rivals catching up and the potential for their investments to be outpaced or rendered less competitive. South China Morning Post also explores the turbulent waters of the US-China rivalry and the global tech bubble, emphasizing the importance of strategic navigation amid unprecedented uncertainty. The article underscores that the rivalry, marked by tariffs, trade restrictions, and technological competition, is a long-term trend unlikely to ease soon. It advocates for a mindset rooted in assessment tools like PEST and SWOT, combined with the wisdom of taking calculated risks, an idea rooted in Deng Xiaoping's pragmatic approach of crossing the river by feeling the stones. The piece highlights the AI boom as a case study of the volatile tech landscape, where massive investments by giants like NVIDIA and OpenAI fuel optimism amid fears of a bubble. Success hinges on market relevance, execution, and agility, with smaller players needing to be nimble to survive in a landscape shaped by geopolitical conflicts and rapid technological change. Ultimately, the article calls for resilience, innovation, and strategic flexibility, warning that only those who adapt swiftly will thrive in this new era of global competition. CBC reports a sharp decline in U.S. stock markets triggered by President Trump's provocative threat to escalate tariffs on China, igniting fears of renewed trade tensions. The S&P 500 plunged 2%, with the Dow Jones losing over 600 points and tech stocks like NVIDIA and Apple suffering significant setbacks. This sudden escalation comes amid concerns that U.S. equity valuations are overheated after a meteoric rise, with critics warning of a bubble reminiscent of the dot-com crash. Oil markets also reacted sharply, with crude prices dropping over 4% on hopes that a ceasefire in Gaza might stabilize global supply disruptions. Meanwhile, U.S. consumer sentiment remains subdued, reflecting ongoing worries about inflation and employment prospects, prompting the Federal Reserve to consider rate cuts to bolster growth. The global markets responded with declines across Europe and Asia, illustrating the interconnectedness and fragility of the current economic environment, where geopolitical tensions and economic uncertainties continue to cast long shadows over investment and growth prospects worldwide. The South China Morning Post vividly depicts the recent intellectual journey of Francis Fukuyama, who once proclaimed the end of history with the triumph of Western liberal democracy and capitalism. However, this year, Fukuyama has faced a sobering reality. His writings now focus on the decline of Western civilization, emphasizing how free speech and democratic ideals are eroding under the influence of plutocrats like Elon Musk and Rupert Murdoch. These wealthy elites manipulate media and political systems, transforming social media platforms into tools for influence rather than open forums for free speech. Fukuyama warns that concentrated wealth and media power threaten the very foundation of democracy, with a handful of oligarchs capable of swaying elections and shaping public discourse, thus risking the collapse of capitalism itself. His call for a strong authority to curb such oligarchic influence echoes the need for redistributive measures, reminiscent of the Chinese model, to restore societal balance and uphold democratic integrity. The South China Morning Post also highlights Jonas Groom, an Australian expatriate in Hong Kong, whose genuine efforts to learn Cantonese have captured public admiration and cultural respect. Unlike many Westerners who rely on English in a city where Cantonese is deeply rooted, Groom's commitment to mastering the complex tones and subtleties of Cantonese has endeared him to locals. His social media videos, showcasing his language learning journey and humorous exchanges with vendors, serve as a bridge between cultures, fostering mutual understanding and appreciation. His interactions, such as handing out chocolates at a wet market and engaging in conversations in Cantonese despite imperfections, exemplify the human desire for connection and cultural exchange. Groom's story underscores how language learning can deepen community ties and promote cross-cultural respect, encouraging others to undertake similar efforts even if their proficiency is imperfect. The South China Morning Post reports on Hong Kong's rugby team preparing for their upcoming international fixtures in Japan as part of their journey toward the 2027 Rugby World Cup. Under the guidance of coaches Logan Asplin and Andrew Douglas, the team is testing its progress through matches against professional Japanese clubs, gauging their readiness and team depth. Captain Josh Hurstica's minor injury has led to Pierce McKinley West stepping into a leadership role, exemplifying the team's resilience and unity. These matches serve as crucial benchmarks for Hong Kong's rugby ambitions, with the broader goal of establishing a full-time professional setup to compete on the world stage. The team's rigorous training camp and upcoming fixtures symbolize their determination to elevate Hong Kong rugby, representing a significant step toward their sporting aspirations and national pride. South China Morning Post highlights May Martin's multifaceted career, emphasizing their rise as a comedian, writer, musician, and actor. Born in Toronto in 1987, Martin's early start in comedy at age 13, as part of The Young and the Useless, laid the foundation for a vibrant career marked by boundary-pushing shows like May Martin, Us and Dope, which explored themes of sexuality and addiction. Their autobiographical Netflix special May Martin, SAP and the semi-autobiographical series Feel Good reveal their openness about personal struggles, including substance abuse that began in adolescence amid the exploitative aspects of the entertainment industry. Beyond comedy, Martin's musical pursuits, exemplified by their indie rock album I'm a TV, reflect their creative versatility. Their personal connection to the themes in Wayward, inspired by a friend's troubled youth and their own experiences with youth detention, adds depth to their role as Alex Dempsey, a small-town cop investigating a troubled school, hinting at a desire to tell authentic stories rooted in empathy and understanding. The South China Morning Post also narrates the inspiring story of Qin Huilan, a 70-year-old retired doctor who defied age stereotypes by walking the runway for Miu Miu at Paris Fashion Week. Her journey from a modest hometown in China to an international fashion scene embodies resilience and reinvention. With the help of her son Huang Weilai, Qin embraced her evolving style and social media presence, which ultimately caught the attention of Miu Miu's creative director, Mayuchi Prada. Her appearance was a powerful statement of aging gracefully and breaking societal expectations, illustrating how her newfound confidence and style symbolize the modern Chinese woman's rise above traditional limitations. Her story, set against the backdrop of Paris romantic architecture and high fashion, underscores the transformative power of self-expression at any age, inspiring many to see beauty and possibility beyond societal norms. Finally, the South China Morning Post describes the grand opening of Maison Vivier during Paris Fashion Week, a celebration of Roger Vivier's iconic shoe legacy. The brand's meticulously restored 1729 Hotel Particulier in Saint-Germain-des-Prés serves as a shrine to craftsmanship and history, housing both a museum and a studio for bespoke creations. Curated by Inès de la Fressange, the space showcases legendary designs like the Belle Vivier and rare archival items, including Queen Elizabeth's shoes for her coronation. The event, attended by luminaries such as Catherine Deneuve and Naomi Campbell, underscores Roger Vivier's embodiment of French joie de vivre. The new Maison Vivier not only celebrates the brand's storied past but also offers personalized experiences, blending heritage with contemporary luxury, and solidifying its place as a cultural landmark dedicated to craftsmanship, tradition, and the art of shoemaking. According to the South China Morning Post, Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize and chose to dedicate it to the Venezuelan people and U.S. President Donald Trump, praising his decisive support for her country's pro-democracy movement. Machado, who has been in hiding due to her opposition to President Nicolas Maduro's alleged electoral theft, has long supported U.S. military pressure as a necessary step toward democratic change. The Nobel Committee highlighted her relentless efforts in advocating for democratic rights and a peaceful transition from dictatorship. Machado's endorsement of Trump's policies, including the deployment of U.S. naval forces near Venezuela, underscores her belief that international support, especially from the United States, is crucial for Venezuela's quest for freedom. Her fellow opposition leaders, like Enrique Capriles, echoed hopes that this recognition would bolster Venezuela's fight for democracy, emphasizing the importance of unity and perseverance in overcoming years of suffering under Maduro's regime. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post reports on the NBA's vibrant return to China with a spectacular game in Macau, featuring the Brooklyn Nets and Phoenix Suns before a packed arena of over 11,000 fans. The event was a cultural spectacle, beginning with traditional lion dances and lively performances, and was graced by international celebrities such as Jackie Chan, Tony Leung, David Beckham, and Alibaba's Jack Ma, who cheered from courtside. Fans expressed their excitement about witnessing NBA stars like Devin Booker and Giannis Antetokounmpo, with many eager to experience the electric atmosphere of live basketball close to Hong Kong. The game itself, thrillingly close, ended with the Suns narrowly defeating the Nets 132-127 in overtime, highlighted by a dramatic three-pointer from Jordan Goodwin. The event also celebrated NBA legends like Yao Ming and Shaquille O'Neal, with halftime performances by Canadian-Chinese singer Henry Lau and rapper MC Jean, creating a festive fusion of sports, entertainment, and international camaraderie. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the Sixdo team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of Sixdo Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the Sixdo team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize Sixdo Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, sixdobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive Sixdo Brief via email.
Rise of empires no end. Dragons roll, blood and steel, screams this night, somebody surge, shadows play, rise of empires no end. Dragons roll, blood and steel, screams unheard, prophets real, immortals call, fortunes laid, workers fate in the shade. Curse war, silent fight, cradles burn, like a night, through the storm, the ugly economic power, through the sea. Curse war, silent fight, cradles burn, like a night, through the storm, the ugly workers fate in the shade. Curse war, silent fight, cradles burn, like a night. Through the spawn, the ugly economic power rules the sea. Contract sign, betrayals deep, backroom deals, bones asleep, and popsicle leads insatiable crime. In this metal wasteland, dreams die. Contract sign, betrayals deep, backroom deals, vultures sleep, and popsicle leads insatiable crime. In this metal wasteland, dreams die.